welcome you guys to the Trauma Drama Podcast.
It's Carson and Taylor and Carson. This week, yay! This week we're really honing in on the trauma drama. We're talking family events, mainly because Thanksgiving is around the corner, but also like they're just so fun. I don't know about you, but I love spending time with my family. I think it's really a treasure.
Oh, so we got people from Belgium, Spain, France, and
Period.
the UK listening. Oh
Look
my
at
God.
our exotic family.
We're international.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at our family expanding.
I like looking at so it shows me the cities, but it don't really show me where it is, like the states. I know the states though. I know my geography.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure you do.
It says Decatur, Atlanta, Ashburn. I don't know what that is. Norcross, San Francisco, Alexandria.
I think that's in Massachusetts. I don't know though, but you're
that a
from
name?
Alexandria. I'm so sorry. That is a town in The Walking Dead though. So
Is it
shout
really?
out to them. Even in
Yeah.
a zombie apocalypse, you listen to the podcast. So
Auburn, Clarkson, Cliffside Park, Lawrenceville, Live Oak, Minneapolis. Oh my God. I think of a superhero when I think of Minneapolis. I forgot what Superman?
I'm pretty sure it's Superman. Yeah.
Orlando, Peachtree Corner, Sacramento, San Jose, and Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. Actually, I do know people in Colorado Springs. Shout out y'all.
I don't know anybody from Sacramento, San Jose, San Francisco. A lot of people from Decatur, which I'm thinking some of them could be my friends.
I think if we get anyone from like Houston, it's Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce, literally.
Because
Or
Houston,
Megan.
Texas, baby.
Right. Or Miss Maggie Meggs.
Miss Mag.
Right.
Miss Mag the Stag.
Oh my God. Megan the Stallion listening. That would
Mag and the Stall.
That would
Hey
be
Meg.
crazy. So the topic is So the topic is basically us dying young. But
Yep.
before we start with that, let's start off with the irk of the week.
The arc of the week.
I'm trying to think. If we're relating it to like family events, I have had like lunches with some family members.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like an irk of like you have to kind of watch your mouth when you're talking with family, and that's kind of what my irk is. It's like I know what I can tell you, and I know what I should avoid in order to like avoid a fight with you. Because I'm like, I can't talk about my bad relationship with my eldest brother because for my aunt or unspecified family member, that is like their best friend. So like I can't talk about my trauma relating to my eldest sibling, but I just have to hold my tongue about that. I don't know. That's the irk of like having to hold your tongue around family because you don't want to start a fight. But I'm like, sometimes I do. I want to start a fight.
I forgot,
Anyway,
that's the song, right?
I don't know. The
Okay.
only thing that I can think about right now is Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Which is period. That's a mood.
She knew she was in her bag when she made that.
Anytime I'm like saying sorry to someone at work, I have not. There's not one single time where I've actually been sorry and said sorry. Because most of the time, it's not my fault. I mean, most of the time, it's literally never my fault.
Yeah, it did be
I
like
don't
that. My irk of the week is, I don't know, right now I'm trying to end a friendship, but I don't know how, really. Right, the last dude. But
That's
no.
some drama right there.
I
We'll
know.
get into that.
Because I just want to end it.
Period. And
Not my
I-
life, but
well, it capital IT. I don't get why it's such like a okay, here's like an idea or here's like the sitch. I don't think we should have to explain like why we want something to end necessarily. Or I don't like it kind of goes into the thing of like I should just be able to say no and I shouldn't have to like come up with a reason why. I'm like say someone asks you out on a date and you have to say like, oh no, sorry, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, or oh no, I just don't see you that way or whatever. I'm like, why can I just not say no? Like,
Yeah.
Why do you need more than that? And why can't I just break off a friendship of like 7 years without saying anything? Like, I don't want to be friends anymore. Bye. That's it. That's all you need to do. Going into more
because
is
this friendship has been 7 years, and
oh,
so it's a very long, very deep friendship. But I was telling, because I was explaining Alejandra how I just didn't want to be friends with this person, and she was saying just tell them, and I was like, why can't I just not talk to them for the rest of my life?
yeah. That is also an option. Why don't you just fake your death, move to another country, and just not like discuss it with that person?
Tyler, he said it's called ghosting, which I know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input, Tyler. We really value we're not going to give you any credits on the episode, but we value your opinion and your thoughts. Thank you so much.
But yeah, so yes, I'm gonna be ghosting this person. But the thing is that I don't think this person will know that I'm ghosting them. I think that this person will think it's a regular Tuesday. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just like one of my closest friends that is just like I don't. It's just like it's much harder.
Okay, what you should do is you should just stage like a massive falling out, like. Or not even stage it, just cause some drama. And then use that as your excuse out. Make up some like nasty rumor that you heard that they were spreading about you. And then like try and fight them on it. And then when they say, I don't know what you're talking about, you're like, you never know what I'm talking about. You never listen. Like, and then just kind of give them no way to back out. Make it their fault, actually.
Yeah. With this happening, it made me sit down and realize like I may not have a lot of true friends. And I need to try to figure out who is my real and who is gotta go.
Yeah.
I have like a very self-cleansing moment. And it's just, I don't know. It's been like a very like cleansing thing.
Yeah. You're coming into the new year, which means new year, new me.
Literally.
There's another idea for a podcast. Perfect. 12 a.m. on New Year's. New year, new me. Here's what I'm going to do different. But yeah, slay. Honestly, get rid of people if they're not adding like value to your life. Positive value. Like, obviously, you can have fights with people. That's how it works being a human. But, like, if someone's not, in the wise words of Taylor Swift, because I think this is the interview that I'm quoting, not the right words, but don't come at me, Swifties. But, like, if someone's not adding positive, like, value to your life, why are they in there? Why are they taking up space? Why are they taking up residency? They can leave.
Yeah.
And you can, like, escort them to the door.
Literally. Yeah, so it's I don't know, because it's so crazy.
So I guess that also kind of covers us doing like a what happened this week.
The weekly talks.
Taylor wants to ditch all of her friends.
Oh yeah.
And I ate out like 4 times this week. It's doing great for my body.
Yeah. Originally this week we were supposed to talk about trips, but none of us went on a trip. So
yeah, we both at the end of the podcast last time said, yes, trip. We're both going on trips. And that did not happen. I stayed my entire Saturday in my apartment, did not leave, did not open my door. And that's how it be. I should have like gotten some like, I know a girl. I could have gone on like a trip. That would have been fun.
I just been at home looking at my other friends have fun in New York.
See, I don't think that's what you should have been doing. You should have just like not been thinking about it.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that they just kept posting that it was like,
yeah,
I should check it out, you know. But
you should have gone to like you should have gone and like found a crack house, and then you could have lived your like Rachel Berry fantasy.
A non-active crack house, yeah.
Well, or active, whichever finds you first, I guess.
Yeah.
Then you can go on a trip. Ayo.
Hey. Literally.
I think crack is much less expensive than a flight to New York.
Yeah, and I was explaining everything to Alejandra, and so Alejandra's on the phone with her friend. I think I somehow zoned out in the middle of it because I just wasn't listening. Because she keeps trying to invite me to this cabin in the middle of the woods, and I keep saying no. And
that sounds like a serial killer movie.
Literally, that's what I've been saying. And she's like, what? No, it's gonna be so fun. I'm like, no. Mind you, in the wintertime.
That's a surefire way to like become the protagonist in a serial killer movie.
Literally, I said, because I was like, when are you planning on going? She was like, probably in December. December, where it's gonna be probably snowing in this one part of Georgia, which is probably not, but still, that's like the start of every single horror movie.
Yeah. It's fully like I'm going to invite you to this cabin in the woods. No electricity, no running water, no cell service. We're just going to have a girls' night, girls' weekend outside the city. Like, no. I've seen, like, movies. I know that's not a good idea.
Literally. The last movie I watched, which I don't know if it was scary, but I think it was, like, a scary comedy, was The Blackening. And that was taking place in the cabin. Yeah. I don't know what time it was, but still.
I think the last movie I saw with people, what was it? It was The Night Agent or something on Netflix. And there was a fully like a cabin in the woods, and these assassins came to like shoot them up. And I'm like, why would I go in the cabin in the woods? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stay in a hotel where I can get room service.
Literally. And but yeah, so and then I was telling her like, I wish I had friends to like travel places with. Like it just sucks, like blah blah blah, because I was explaining to her about like the whole situation. And she was like, oh, did you not hear about all the places that we're going to? You should go with us. And I was like, I didn't listen, because after the cabin, that's where I clocked out. Like,
Weird.
no. But she basically invited me to Netherlands, no, Norway, hold on, I was just looking. It's in the UK.
She invited you to the Netherway. Yep.
What is it? I was just looking it up too.
Do you have a passport?
No, that was another thing too. That I was
you should probably do that if you're gonna do that. Because that's like a 3-month process,
Amsterdam.
I think.
At the end of the day, it's Amsterdam. I forgot what country Amsterdam is in. Netherlands, right?
I'm not gonna get canceled, but I think it's the Netherlands. All I know about Amsterdam is the fact that it's the main setting of The Fault in Our Stars. So
it is Netherlands. Okay, I was right. Yeah, so she invited me to the Netherlands. I don't have a passport, but I was like, I don't have a passport. She was like, get it now. So then when we're ready to go, you can go. Because she was saying that they're planning on going during spring break.
Period. Well, either way, having a passport is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I also don't have one of those, but I'm like, what if someone wants to spontaneously take me on a trip? Like, what if I get a glucose guardian and they want to like pay my flight to Europe?
Yeah. I feel like with Alejandra, like it's like no pressure, like low key pressure, but like no pressure. Yeah. But like, and like she's like, you can go, like if you want to go, like everything's, the only thing you gotta do is just do this, and then everything's pretty much ready, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm low key thinking about it. Because now I looked it up on TikTok, and now my whole TikTok For You page is the Netherlands. And I low key want to go. Like I want to see Anne Frank's house.
Period. Yeah, go check out the attic.
Yeah. I didn't really know too much about her, but learning more on TikTok. I just saw she wrote a journal.
They also went to the Anne Frank house in The Fault in Our Stars. That's so crazy. I'm like, where did I see that movie? It was The Fault in Our Stars.
And then she was saying something about New Orleans. I don't know. She gave me a whole list of things that they're going to do, but I mean, it's like...
If you went to New Orleans, I got a connection. I know someone that's lived there for like 20 years, so...
Low key, if I want to go to New Orleans, I think I want to get a psychic reading, but low key I don't, because don't tell me too much.
Oh yeah. Well, down there I feel like I would take it more seriously.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think you're right, instead of this tarot reading that I'm getting like over the phone. That did happen once when we were living together.
That's crazy.
I got a tarot reading and it was like talking about some relationship or whatever. Like someone from your past is gonna make an appearance. I'm like, I hope they better know. I'm like, I don't want them. If they're in my past, they're in my past. So
my biggest fear is me going to a psychic being like, hey, where do you see me in like 5 years? And then they're like, so you die next year. You actually don't see 5 years. And it's like,
they said, actually, next week is your funeral. So sorry, Dusty. What would happen? Like, your old friend is actually deaf. It's like with a little, it's not a hatchet, but that's what I'm gonna call it. This scepter, the saber, scythe. There you go.
Oh,
I got there eventually.
Yeah, so I feel like the New Orleans people are gonna scare me just a little, because like with them, it's like, you're telling the truth. I know.
I'm like, you got a connection somewhere. You're not just a white girl with a deck of tarot cards.
Right. Like with you, I would be like if they would be like, oh, someone from your past is gonna come back. I'd be like, oh.
You said zombie apocalypse? I gotta go.
I'd be like, so you're telling me delete all my social media and delete everything that exists for me? That's what I'm hearing.
You said fake my death and leave the country? You got it. I just got my passport specifically for this. So
now to our topic, family events, or what is it? It's giving thanks.
It's giving thanks, mainly because I think that would be a fun podcast title. Not original in any way, shape, or form, but right. It's giving thanks is a slay.
So with family events, which side of the family do you like more?
Neither. In terms of like actually like them, there's one side of I'm not gonna do specifics. I'll just do a general, and you can fill in the blanks if you're on either side of this family. You're not gonna see this, but just in case I become famous later, don't want to deal with that. But there is one side of the family where there's no beef or anything. We're like different people, and like due to certain circumstances growing up, we didn't hang out a lot. And so like I don't have beef with them. We just don't really know each other. So that's different than the other side where we have beef. Like there have been events where I've gone home crying, or I've been like the target of some what is essentially a hate crime actually, like by the definition. But yeah, so one side of the family I'm like, we're like chill. I don't really know you, dog, but like we can get to know each other. And the other side I'm like, y'all have to apologize before we like do stuff. We can talk about that trauma later, though, because it really has affected my view on that side of the family. And I wish we were closer because, like, it would be great because I do really like some of the people on that side. But, like, some of the other ones are just bad eggs. And that kind of ruins the whole dozen. You know?
Yeah.
What side of the family do you like more? Specific members of the family? If you want to name a favorite sibling, you can do that now.
Right.
Make sure Tyler's not listening when you don't say his name.
I'm trying to think of a way to say this without someone finding out.
Yeah, your mother is listening.
Right.
Shout out
my
Taylor's mom.
is listening. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I don't know if my dad's side is listening or if my mom's side, just so that it could be.
So don't specify sides. People can fill in the blanks. You don't want to like dig yourself a hole here, dog. Also, you started this question, so
I did.
Can blame yourself.
I didn't even think about it.
You said, I'm going to ask Carson this question, but it's not going to fall back on me at all.
You know what? I don't care. You know, it's the drama, you know?
Period. This is the trauma, and you're listening for the trauma, but it's going to cause some drama, so deal with that.
I like spending time with my mom's side more, which I don't think that's like a surprise.
I don't. Because I'm like, I hear way more about like your mom's side of the family or just any of that than I do your dad's side. Like I hear about your dad, but like that's it.
Yeah, that's just how it's been. I guess also because I've always been around my mom more, so
that's fair.
Don't really interact with my dad's side unless I like have to.
Yeah.
Good thing is not getting out by the time I go over. I think we're having a Thanksgiving thing on Sunday, but I don't know if it's a Thanksgiving thing or if it's just a little dinner.
You should figure that out. It's in 2 days. Or I guess just show up ready to eat and then just like show up ready to eat, get some AirPods, not sponsored, and like chill.
Yeah. And then going to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving, which I've been doing that for years now. Not my uncle's house, but like going to my mom's side.
Why?
I think last Thanksgiving went to my aunt.
Work. I don't think I did anything last Thanksgiving. I don't know if I will this year. We'll see.
You're not going anywhere?
I don't think so. I don't have like any like Friendsgiving or anything. I know I can probably weasel my way into my best friend's Thanksgiving plans. Actually, no. I'm like, no, that's not where I was last year. But I think last year I was just home alone and I just ate a bunch of shit.
Yeah. So what do you normally eat for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. What do I normally eat? We were discussing this a little bit, but I am not a big fan of turkey. I think maybe I just haven't had it prepped correctly because it's always so bone dry. And so I like a ham. We usually do both. Or
like honey baked ham?
Yes. Any ham, actually. Like a ham steak. Even like a lunch meat ham. Really delicious. I don't know, like we do the classics, like we do sweet potatoes with like marshmallows on top. Green bean casserole, stuffing, turkey, corn. The last couple of years I have had like a fried corn, which is more like a southern thing, I think. Like in a pan. Maybe some mashed potatoes and gravy. We don't do the packets of gravy. We do like make it from like the drippings of the roasted carcass.
Okay.
You know? And then like pie. Pie. Pumpkin pie with like it's like 1 part pumpkin pie and like 4 parts like whipped cream. Perfect ratio.
I don't like pie.
Oh, controversial opinion. That's gonna get you some hate.
There's a turkey in our neighborhood and it's been here for like a year or two, I think.
Oh.
And every single time, but we mainly only see it during Thanksgiving. Maybe you might see it a little bit like if before that or after. And I'm like,
maybe they like let it free range so you know that they didn't kill it.
Right.
Like Harold's alive.
Right. Like, and I find it crazy how no one has like said Thanksgiving's coming up. Let me go hoop this thing up. But no, just running around lately. It used to knock on our door every day. It's just
It's
a little.
the new solicitor. You should get a sign that says no solicitors or turkeys. Go away.
Yeah, like I remember, I didn't know that there was a turkey. Like I think I did probably, like, but I thought they killed it. I remember I was like on the phone with someone and like blah 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 blah, and I was like, "Is that a turkey?" And then like I like flipped the camera, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. My neighborhood has like a bunch of animals running around.
I love
The
that.
turkey gets me every time because it's like it's a turkey, a chicken. I see them all the time. I get it. I get why y'all have chickens and and like all these different things. But a turkey, I'm gonna have to find this turkey. Yeah, when this turkey come back, I'm gonna give it a name. Probably Turkey Lurkey.
It's Turkey Lurkey time. Tom Turkey ran away and just came home. Let's have a kiki. I want to have a kiki. Why does it always delve into us going back to Glee?
I feel like everything goes back to Glee at the end of the day.
Honestly, yeah.
Like
That's the second time it's been mentioned.
Just do a Glee episode one day.
I feel like that would be 3 hours long. We should do one for each season of Glee. We'll rewatch and then like come back together and be like, so that happened, yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so fun. We should do that for December. Okay, so at my Thanksgiving, sometimes we have different themes. We have, I think one year we had seafood. My aunt's a vegan or vegetarian, whatever the freak she is. I don't think she is because I've been proven otherwise sometimes, but it's fine. It's fine. If she is, whatever she is. At the end of the day, I'm like saying this like someone knows who my aunt is. Y'all don't know who my aunt is, but
yeah, y'all know her. Your mom knows who your aunt is,
right? I mean, but still, my mom is the one who says she's a fake vegan sometimes.
Oh, don't expose her like that.
And I will go into the story of how I found this out. But no, so basically this year where you have a list of things. Wait, Tyler, can you see me the list of what we're eating for Thanksgiving? Or do I have it on my phone? My aunt made a list of things. So we're gonna have we're gonna have brownies, red velvet cake, apple pie, lemon bars, Popeyes turkey. Did you know Popeyes make
turkey? They do. Yeah, that's a new thing, yeah.
I never knew that. Apparently it's like $100, which I think is psychotic. We got a free turkey running around here.
Yeah.
Like, no. So yeah, there's $100 turkey. Popeyes, which I don't know. Popeyes and turkey just doesn't sound right. Like,
yeah, I'm like, don't they specialize in chicken? Also, the one time that I've had Popeyes, like, I'm a big believer in like, don't waste food. Like, if I make food and it's bad, I will still eat it. But like the one time I had Popeyes, I literally had to throw the stuff away because it was like someone took this pot of, it was like rice and then they had beans and they just said, I'm going to pour this entire canister of salt into this right now. Like one of the big canisters of salt that you just like already grounded or whatever. It just said, and it was like, I took one bite and I'm like, I need to drink 5 gallons of water.
Popeyes is a miss. It is a hit or miss. I do remember there was one day I DoorDashed, or no, this is before school or after. I don't know. I DoorDashed Bojangle biscuits and Popeyes biscuit because to like do like a little experiment at school, seeing like which biscuit is dry. End up being Popeyes, but I love their biscuits though. You need a gallon of water, but love it. But yeah, turkey is crazy. It reminds me of you remember that whole Popeye sandwich, like chicken sandwich that they had, and like everybody. Mom was like dying to go get it.
Yeah, it's so much better than Chick-fil-A, blah, 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 blah. Anything's better than Chick-fil-A, ma'am. Anything.
I still find that crazy. Like, imagine explaining that to your kids one day. Maybe that's what started the pandemic, to be honest.
Yeah, the Popeyes chicken sandwich. She's to blame.
We're having baked salmon, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, veggies, deviled eggs, fried chicken, 7-layer salad. My grandma makes 7-layer salad. That's all I have to say.
Deviled eggs. I forgot about deviled eggs. That it's like normal day. Do you want to eat 6 eggs right now? Probably not. Do you want to eat an entire tray of deviled eggs though? Absolutely, I do. That is my favorite activity. You keep them away. You got to make at least 3 trays if I'm coming to an event.
I think I only had one bad deviled egg from someone one time, and I was like, oof, let's not ever let them do that ever again.
Yeah. I did have someone bring deviled eggs that were like made at the store, and it tasted like I was eating like a tire. Like it was so rubbery, and I didn't understand why because it's an egg. It's not supposed to be like that. But I still ate like 6 of them. I thought they were just gonna get better, and they didn't. But anyway, keep going down your list.
Corn on the cob, mini crab cakes, fried shrimp, fried catfish, key salad bowl, rolls, bread, stuffed mushrooms, veggie tray, and a fruit bowl.
That seems like a lot.
Well, it's a lot of us going over there.
That's fair.
It's
just like so many different things.
Yeah.
No turkey though, which period. Oh no, that Popeyes. No. Yeah, Popeyes turkey. I just realized that. I said, oh, you're gonna have like salmon and like like catfish. So yeah, no turkey, but yeah, there's gonna be like 7 different proteins, but we're
Yeah, because I think who's going? My aunt. Well, we're having at my uncle's house, so that's his wife, which is my aunt Nicole. Jordan is Zion, then my grandma, my uncle, then my other aunt. Then it's me, Tyler, my mom, and Amelia.
I did really like how you just clarified that your uncle's wife is your aunt. That's usually how it works, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that because I could have added names to the different names. Well, no, because sometimes I don't call them aunt or uncle in person.
Just online.
Yeah, just like my grandma.
Just behind their back.
Yeah, just like my grandma. I don't call her grandma.
I just call them all by their first name.
That's what I do. But now they're having a problem with it because Amelia calls them Auntie like Danielle, Auntie Nicole. But I'm like, have we ever done that?
Yeah.
They're gonna complain 20 years later. Like what? And then, well, yeah, 20 years later. I don't think Tyler, do you call Danielle Auntie? Yeah.
That goes into like a good next segue of like, what do we call our family members that's kind of like a weird name or like something that we think is like kind of unique to us?
Oh yeah, we should do that. I'm honestly very excited for the deviled eggs. I low key / high key want to make. Well, this is not. Well, they can't hear this, but I'm about to say like this is coming out. Like they're gonna hear it when it comes out now.
Yeah.
But I low key want to make Jim and Nick's biscuits. Love their biscuits. Best thing I've ever made. Love it. Is there Jim and Nick's in Colorado?
Absolutely not. I've never had that. There might be one in Colorado. I don't know though. I got those same 3 places.
Jim and Nick's is a barbecue place.
At work. Then I don't think so.
Jim and Nick's, if you ever want to sponsor me or give me a boatload of your biscuits, I will be so excited. Thank you. Like I
won't do anything for you, but I will be so excited. So if you want to fuel my dream, that's my make-a-wish is I want a boatload of biscuits, please.
That's my make-a-wish. Like, are you sure you want just biscuits?
I said what I said. Get me the biscuit.
You don't want to see like anybody in concert? I said biscuit, and it better be Jim and Nick's.
And if Beyonce is in that boat full of biscuits, that's a plus.
Right. But yeah, mainly excited for that. And mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
Mac.
But yeah, what are some names that you call your family members?
Okay, so I can preface this by saying the name that I'm called by some members of my family. So my nieces, so if we're explaining like how people are related to us, my nieces, which are my sister's daughters, the oldest of the 2 couldn't say my name when she was younger, so she couldn't say Carson, so she called me Carcass, as in like the dead body of an animal. And that has kind of stuck. And so she started doing that. And then when my other sister had her child, she said, we're calling you Carcass, because that's funny. And so like they do call me Carcass at family events, or not family events, but like when we're together, they're like, oh yeah, go see Carcass or whatever, which is like kind of iconic. So that's the nickname that I have that's like unique. But then like my grandparents, I feel like that's like the norm of like grandparents have different names, like, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. But so on one side of the family we have Nana and Poppy, rest in peace. So I feel like Nana is like fairly like generic. Fun little story, like little tangent. My mom, when she was deciding, like, she's one of those, I'm too young to be a grandma. I'm like, girl, you're 50. You're not. So she was like going through all these names. She was playing with babushka for a minute. And I'm like, okay. You're not what? But then she decided to use the name that I've used for my grandma my entire life. And she said, yeah, but instead of doing Nana, we're going to do Nana. Anyway, so Poppy and Nana. And then on the other side, we have Papa, like Papa Smurf. And then we have Fluffy, which I think I actually don't remember the origin of that name. But I just like to think that it was like her having like a bad hair day or like just a big perm. And they said just like, oh, you're Fluffy now. And that's kind of like gone through. Because her actual name is Joanne, which work. But anyway, those are like the names. Joanne, yeah. Okay. My mom's side of the family, they're from Nebraska and they have such Nebraskan names. Like my mother's name is Kimberly Jo, and that's kind of embarrassing for her.
I always like it. I love it when like people like have like those like I don't know if they're like middle names or like they're part of the first names. Whereas like Marianne or
Billy Bob.
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
I'm pretty sure like the Leannes and the like Betty Ann or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's like part of the name. I've met a lot of Leannes and it's always the part of the name.
Yeah, I'm like that's how you. I don't know. It just gives me like really like Southern vibes because it's like
Yeah.
I see where you're from.
It gives like uncle daddy vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he's your
what,
uncle and your dad, you know?
like wasn't there a show on that Cartoon Network, Uncle Grandpa?
That sounds familiar, yeah.
Like Uncle, I don't know what it's called. Because I remember like just trying to like sit down and like think about like what could that mean? You know, like Uncle Grandpa. Like how does that work?
Yeah. I don't like how do
And
you unpack that?
Yeah, it's called Uncle Grandpa. Ran for 5 seasons.
Dang.
Never watched one episode.
Mm-mm. But you know the name
Yeah.
somehow. So
Because
that works.
it's a very unique name.
That's yeah, fair. I'm like I'm trying to process. I'm like, how can someone be your uncle and your grandpa? And I don't know. So I'm not gonna think about it anymore.
Anything like any other ones?
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
That's
At least like the people that I use those names.
mm.
Oh, my stepdad actually. My nieces call him Pop Pop, which I don't know how to feel about that. But because it's Pop Pop and Nana, which like sure, do you boo, I guess. Not on my side of the family actually, but like my siblings, like their dad's side, my niece's grandma on that side is called Gramber, because her name is Amber, but she didn't want to be called grandma. But it's kind of iconic, like unique to her.
Like a little theme behind grandmas just don't want to be grandmas.
That is like, see, I don't really get it because like the like thing is like I'm too young to be a grandma, or like it doesn't seem like I'm a grandma. I'm like, so you had a kid and that kid had a kid, so you're a grandma, and that was based on your own decisions. So you can't really be like, nope, too young. I'm like, well, it happened, so you're obviously not.
Yeah, that's the same with my grandma. My grandma was actually young, like 40 when I was born.
Okay.
So it's like, but so instead of like me or us calling her grandma, she had us call her mama. And so we just call her mama, which it confuses people, which I don't know why. I mean, I get why, but the thing is, I don't say it publicly, and because like I know it confuses people who don't really like know.
Yeah.
But people who've been in my life all my life, like my dad, for example, he gets confused about who I'm talking about, and I'm like, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, you should know by now.
For years. And he's like, oh, I'd be thinking that you're talking about your mom. If I was talking about my mom, I would say mom, but I didn't.
I'd say Diane. Just
like I know I have like different names for my mom, but it's like normally like mom or mommy, but like those are like it mainly. But like I don't call her mama. Like I don't know. It just I guess
Mommy. Just,
like I guess like
the fact that we have so many different names for like mom and father, like mother, father, mommy, mama, mama, mummy.
Yeah, so like that always like gets me because I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's fine. So but yeah, I call her mama. Well, it's until like recently Amelia has been calling her grandma, but that's because is a lot younger than us. So at that point, my grandma felt like a grandma.
I feel like everyone else called my grandma, but I call her Nana. And that's like how she's known to me. And that's how people refer to, like, if they're talking about her to me, they'll call her Nana.
And I don't know. It's like a little switch. I don't know how it happens. It's like, well, I don't know. It's like it's so natural. Like if I'm like talking to her, I'm talking to someone in my family about her, I'd say mama. But if I'm talking to like someone outside the family, I'd be like grandma.
I'm like, you got to understand the relationship before you understand why I'm talking about this person.
Yeah, and then I have like 4 of them. Not really, but like.
Look at you go.
Well, one R.I.P. But I have my grandma and then my grandma's mom, which is my great grandma, and then on my dad's side I have Granny and then my grandma who passed away, Grandma Helen. But I
also have a dead Grandma Helen. Look at us. We called her Grandma Honey. Oh, another grandma that like we should just talk about dead family members. But we called her Gigi, which is cute. Okay. I
only had 2 family members die in my family.
I've had 2 in the last year. Not last year, like 2 years.
But I wasn't too close to them, so I wouldn't like to like.
Sure.
I mean, if anybody's listening, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyone is listening, yeah. I just said that, yeah.
Because I think the only first person that died in my family that I was present for, because everyone else, they died before I was alive. So.
Why are we talking about this? We said family events, funerals. There we go.
That is a family event.
Actually, though, that is when the family comes together, because everyone comes and they're like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. If you need anything, let me know. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, I don't know you.
That's how it was for my grandma Helen's funeral. We never see them because they're in California. or
Mm-hmm.
technically I met the Texas family. I hope that you're not listening. I don't remember them 99% of the time. I only met them like probably 30 times in my life.
Period. Doesn't count then.
I probably did see them last year or the year before that. But hey, I'm just bad with names. I'm bad with names.
And people I don't see ever. So sorry about it.
I mean, I feel like here's the thing. I get like the whole thing of, oh, your family, you should remember us. Here's the thing. I only see y'all probably like once every 5 years. I can't. I'm meeting 50 million people. My life is moving too fast for y'all. So sorry, but it's like I can't be remembering people I met 5 years ago.
If I met you 6 months ago, you got to reintroduce yourself. I don't.
Because I don't see you all the time. No one really talks about you. There's no way of me remembering who you are.
Yeah.
Like, my bad. So sorry. But yeah, in California, we were there. Me and my brother were there, and no one knew us. Like, we were just the long lost grandchildren that they just.
I think I remember this story, actually.
Yeah, like, they just didn't know us. And my dad was saying that, because he lives in Georgia, and he said that they think that he went to jail because apparently to get out of Oakland, you have to be in jail. So I was like, how long have they been thinking that you've been in jail for? Because you've been in jail for a long time. Right. And so he was like, yeah, like they think that I'm in jail. Like they think I was in jail for a year. I'm like, then how are we created? Like, how are we here? And so they didn't know who half of us are. Some of them did follow me on Facebook, but still to this day, I don't really know them. Ran into my grandpa's family members, people I've never met a day in my life, but I'm now. Also, it's funny to me again, never met these people a day in my life. Maybe when I was a baby, don't know. And everyone's like, go hang out with your family. No, I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know you like that. I've been told not to interact with strangers, so I won't do that.
Yeah, and it was like, I don't know, being there was like kind of cool because it's like we finally got to like learn a lot about our family and like learn a lot about like their lives there in Oakland. Would I ever go there again? No, Oakland scares me low key. But it's fine. We don't ever have to really go there anymore because who's there? I mean, I guess family. But other than that, who cares? But yeah, when we were there, I remember like it's not funny, but it was low key funny. Apparently she's been trying to make us go out there for years, but our relationship was a little rocky. Well, not with her. It was with her dad. But she wanted us to go there for years, and when I was getting food and they were like, this one lady was like, oh my God, she would have been so happy that y'all were here. Like she's been saying how much she wanted y'all to come to California and like go here, blah, blah. But like, I guess she had to die for this to happen. Like,
damn.
Okay, yeah. And
she actually didn't want you there. They're just trying to be like, I'm gonna guilt trip you into like feeling bad.
Right. And it's funny too, because like, you know, like how like at funerals, the front row is supposed to be like immediate family.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't in that front row because I don't think they really considered us family, mainly because we weren't there and they don't know us. So they were like confused on us. Like I can low key see that they're like, who the heck are they? And we're like, her long lost grandchildren. What are you talking about? Yeah. And it was funny like seeing like pictures of us in like the little pamphlet. Half of them I do need to fight on. Because some of them were like, whoa. Like before you
kind of Photoshop. Why didn't you not like Facetune me?
Like first off, if anybody ever make a pamphlet, let's call Taylor real quick and say, is this a good photo? Okay, like
I'm gonna predetermine what my photo is. Right. I'm like, you can go through this select folder and you can pick any of these. Any of the other photos, don't look at them.
Don't look at them. Like, please don't. And then also that low key, it made me want to create my own obituary, like the little thingamajiggy, because I'm about to have y'all putting some weird photos of me on there. Like, let's be so for real. And I was like, because I remember looking at them like, oh, man, this is gonna be here for life. Like, this is in this book for life. No, it's fine.
People just cutting it out, pasting it in like frames. Be like, that's the one photo we have of Taylor.
But yeah, we found the OG Wooley because apparently it's OGs of us. I don't know. To me, I don't think Woolies is a real life thing, even though I am one technically. I don't know. I've never really met another one outside my family, which I mean, I guess that does make sense, but like still like not a common last name. So it's just like really weird.
It's really not, no.
So it's like it's really weird. And I remember me and my brother were in the room and this lady walked in and she was like, I was the OG Wooley. I'm the OG Wooley. And we're like, looking at her like, who are you? Like, what are you talking about? Turns out she is my grandpa's sister. But we were confused also because she looked kind of like white and low-key Asian. So we were like, how does that work? And so afterwards we talked to my dad. We're like, is she really like, or do they have the same parents? And she was like, yeah, they have the same parents. I was like,
I don't think they do.
I was like,
You said family secret? No, they don't.
I was like, are you sure? Because she doesn't look like any of us. And they're like, she was like, but apparently what he was saying is like half the kid, they have like, I don't know, 6, 7 kids. Half of them are light skinned and kind of look a little Asian, and some of them are dark skinned. And apparently there's like some segregation with them because of this.
What the neighbor look like?
Huh?
What the neighbor look like? I wonder.
We should look into. But
All I can think about right now is the like the video of like whose goddamn white baby is this? And that's iconic.
that was really like, we were so confused because she was like, yeah, I'm your grandpa's sister, and we're like looking at her like biologically or bestie. Like, what are you talking about?
Literally or figuratively? Like, you're good friends or like related?
Yeah, and so my dad ended up giving us a backstory of like my grandpa's family, and apparently like some of the lighter skinned kids, they don't get along with the darker skinned kids because there's like segregation at the time, and like they treated the dark skinned kids bad, and so the dark skinned kids didn't like the light skinned kids. And apparently he was telling us that there's one sibling that changed their last name, but like not really. Like they're still Wooley, but I think they put 2 L's. So then
Wooley.
so
Wooley.
so then they are like, but they moved like a city away.
Work, yeah. They took, I'm gonna change my name and move, but not really. Like, kind of just a little bit of effort.
I don't know. I feel like there's drama. I look, you want to learn more about that side because that sounds interesting. Like, let's really deep dive into this one day.
Next podcast, ancestry.
Right.
Gonna get some tests and find out the truth.
And with them mainly. Because
just anonymously send them 2 tests and be like, no reason at all, but I think these be super fun for you to take.
Right.
Let me know the results.
Right. But yeah, and then I later found out my granny, which is technically my step grandma, my dad's stepmom. She's also from Oakland, which I guess that also does make sense for how she met her grandpa. But I mean, I guess so she had
a family.
We're literally everywhere. I
Mostly
think after
Oakland,
that, I think that was after that I think I got the 23andMe.
Did you do it?
I did, yeah, but I think I may have to redo it because some of it just doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because another family event, which was I guess like low key.
Back to the topic.
Found out that we weren't Italian. Because of Medina. Well, my mom wanted to say, I don't know what the heck she was trying to do, but it didn't make any sense because at the end of the day, she was pretty much like trying to imply that I'm not her real life daughter. Which I was like, well, how would that be possible, Miss Ma'am? Like, be so for real. Because she was like, well, I know I am Italian. Like, maybe you just like got like, let's be so for real.
She said, switch to birth because you're not Italian.
And my uncle ended up like clarifying, like, no, they just looked Italian, so they said they were Italian.
Okay. They wanted a discount on like pizza, so they said, Mamma mia. Sorry to any Italians out there. Mamma mia, it's a spicy meatball.
Italy is now not going to be part of our listening.
I like how I apologize, but continue to do it. I'm like, sorry for offending you, but it's really funny, so let me keep doing it.
Right. And then, but yeah, no. But it's funny too, because so the only person I really call grandma is my great grandma. And so I usually confuse her and my
actually same.
Grandma Helen.
Called her Grandma Charles. She lived to be 104.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. She died last year? This year. Last year. I don't know.
But yeah, I just found out my great grandma's 87, or going to be turning 87 soon.
Period.
So yeah, a lot of grandmas. Don't have any grandpas, so I don't have any names for grandpa.
Definitely not Spanish.
Madre?
It's Silencioso. Yeah, your grandparents aren't Spanish. I wanted to look it up because I wanted to see if I was right. I was not.
Isn't grandma in Spanish, isn't that abuelita?
Okay, but it does say what? Okay, so I look up silencio. It says it's Spanish. I look up what the
meaning?
Oh, I guess okay, so it's Spanish for silence. I was looking up the Spanish word for silent.
Were you silent or silent?
What?
You don't know that?
No.
When Oprah said that to Meghan Markle?
Mm-mm.
What? That was like
all I know about Oprah is that she's like, you get a car. The bees. That's what I know about Oprah. The bee meme.
No, like it was like a huge thing because they were talking about like how they were leaving the castle and stuff. And then Oprah, she was like, were you silent or silent? And then everybody was like,
They said, Oprah.
I'm surprised you never heard that. That's crazy.
I'm not involved in pop culture.
That's crazy. But and then my mom's side, I call my aunt Danielle, even though she wants us to say Auntie Dale. She keeps saying how disrespectful it is that we call her Danielle, but you should have changed that 20
Your
years.
name. Put it on a give me a legal certificate that says that's your name, and I will.
And then my aunt Nicole, which she married my uncle Gary. Oh well, that's what my aunt has a problem with, because she says you call your uncle's uncle, but not us aunt. Well, should have tried to figure that thing out beforehand.
Yeah, you're not my aunt. You're my uncle's wife. So.
Well, no, I was talking about my aunt Danielle.
Oh. Well.
My auntie Nicole, she doesn't say anything. I think she cares, mainly because Amelia's been calling her auntie, but she doesn't hear us calling her auntie. We just call her Nicole. But I'm like, but with both our aunts, we call y'all. Also, I just found out recently, my grandma, she has 6 siblings, and one of them is, we call her Merlin. Yeah, Merlin. And I found out her name is Marilyn.
See, that makes sense.
I did not know that. Did not know that.
That's like someone's name being America and you call them America. Like, yeah.
I didn't. Oh, the thing is, I guess because I don't hear it in a southern accent, because it's like Merlin, so I'm thinking her name is Merlin, but I didn't
Like
know.
the wizard?
This wizard?
Like Merlin? Like, he's a famous sorcerer. Anyway. There's a whole TV show based on it. Anyway.
But yeah, because I have a friend named Marilyn, and she was like, and I heard my mom call her Merlin. And I'm like, why are you calling her our aunt's name? And she was like, that's our aunt's name. And I was like, her name is Marilyn? I did not know that. And I guess I never seen it written out.
Okay, yeah. You just went with, it's Merlin. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you know how like there's certain things you just never seen written out, and you're just like,
yeah,
oh.
Like when you're reading a book as a kid, and you're like, you hear like someone say like this word, and you're like, huh, what? And they're like, oh yeah, this word from this book, and you're like, interesting. I didn't know it was said that way.
Do you call like your uncle, like great uncle's great uncle, or do you just call them uncle?
I don't think I have any great uncles, but I do call my like great aunts just my aunts, or I'll. Like, if I have to explain it away, I'll do, like, my grandma's sister, like, kind of that. But, like, my great aunt, we just called her Aunt Peggy, and I would just call her Peggy. But I didn't explain to people, really, that she was my great aunt. She was like, no, she's just my aunt.
I think the only the only sibling that we call is, like, my Uncle Eddie. Other than that, everybody else is just their name.
Speaking of which, but if we're going back to names, because since I just brought up Peggy, we did call R.I.P. our gravy Aunt Peggy, because one day, I can't tell the story as well as like other people can say it, but my sister was saying something about like, oh, you're so crazy, Peggy. And then she responded like, oh yeah, I'm just your gravy, Peggy, or whatever. And they said, gravy? And she's like, yeah, that's what you said. It was just like some new teen term to her. And they're like, no, it's not what we said. We said you were crazy. And she's like, yeah, gravy, yeah. But that was just the nickname that came out of it. But I don't know.
I like hearing people, finding out people's actual real names. Like, people's real names. I'm like, what? I think my mom has a cousin called Junebug, but I don't think that's his real name.
I would be interested to see if a parent would name their child, put the word bug in someone's name and it be legit.
All right. Mom, don't you have a cousin named Junebug? Oh.
No.
You have a cousin with a J, right? Name all your cousins? Name your cousins? Booga? Oh, Booga.
Oh,
his real name is Tori. Mom, why do you dim the light? Because of the lighting.
I need the light for my podcast.
And this is gone.
Wow.
His name is Bug. Yeah.
You just said his name was Tori.
Well, no, his real name is Tori. Yeah. But they call him Bug or Buggy.
Work. I love that. It's kind of iconic.
Kind of cool nicknames. I wonder what my nickname could be. What would your nickname be?
Carcass. I like it now.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like it because it kind of like when you just call someone Carcass, it's kind of like saying like great aunt or whatever. Like instead of saying like aunt this, uncle this, it's just Carcass, and then you know who you're talking about. It's not some like, oh yeah, Jeff. Like no, that's
y'all.
No.
Your family, do y'all like take family photos for like Christmas cards or?
See, you know about my family. I've talked to you about my family, and you're like,
I know, but
yeah.
like
So y'all got matching Christmas pajamas? Like, no, we don't, Taylor. I think the last photo we took no, we didn't no, we did. It wasn't like a Christmas card photo. We've never done Christmas cards because gross. Do you do Christmas cards before I say that?
No, but I think we
Okay,
are.
gross. I don't know, like, why. I do have some family members that do Christmas cards, but I'm not involved in that. Me, maybe take a couple photos at like a Thanksgiving and post them on Facebook, but we don't do that.
I think we are this year because my aunt wants us all to just color coordinated.
Work?
I think it's brown, white, and black. I think. I don't know. It's like neutral brown tone.
They said the colors of a cow. Period.
Literally. And
just wear a cow onesie.
Hey. Well, originally it was supposed to be Christmas onesies or Christmas pajamas, and my uncle turned that down quickly.
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because my aunt wanted to do Christmas cards or family photos.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I did just think of the last time we took family photos, and it was at a funeral. So crazy. Because that was like the first time we had all been together in such a long time. So it was like, okay, families take different photos, and it's like, okay, grandkids with grandparents, and then like, okay, here's the older siblings, and then here's the cousins. And yeah, it was at a funeral home, and that's kind of iconic. Because it was like, smile, tears streaming down your face, but...
Do y'all have like a family group chat?
No, I don't even. You keep asking these questions. I'm like, I don't talk to my family. So no.
This is for the podcast, so then people can get to like for the family things, family events.
Yeah, so I guess we are sharing the trauma of it. So I've had like in the recent the last 2 years, I've had 2 major like passings in my family, and so one on each side. They both happen to be the people that I was closest to on each side of the family, which kind of sucks. So it was my dad and then my Aunt Peggy. But so we like went through like funeral services for both of them. And that was the first time that my dad's side of the family had seen me in, I want to say at least 3 years, like 3 to 5 years. And then for my aunt's side of the family or the other side of my family, I want to say it was like, for some of them, it was like 5 years. For some other ones, it was maybe like a year and a half. But like all of us together had like never happened essentially. So that is like, I've reconnected with some of them. I have like dinner dates or lunch dates with like some people from my dad's side of the family, and then I have some with my other side of the family, but like we don't have like big group chats of all of us. Like that's not something I do. I don't have really group chats with anyone though. It's not just like a not family thing. I'm like, I have group chats with like maybe 2 people in them, or I have my like work group chat and that's it.
My family has 15 million group chat.
Well, you also have 15 million people, so it makes sense.
Yeah, we have to coordinate somehow. But no, they be talking about random things. I don't respond to it. And then like some of them my grandma gets mad that I don't respond. No, now think about it. Me, Tyler, everybody from my mom, her kids, me, my mom, Tyler, and me, we don't respond in the group chat because what am I responding to? All they do is saying hello, good morning, or what a wonderful Sunday.
Should just set up automatic replies. When someone says, our dog just passed away, and you're like, good morning, everyone. Hi, it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, like, it's literally just that. Like, it's like what did my aunt say? Good Saturday afternoon. What am I responding to? At some points, yeah. And then sometimes it's them sending some Instagram quote that they saw.
I love that.
Right now, we're just talking about Thanksgiving and like what to wear and like food and everything like that. We coordinate for birthdays too.
I gotta do fit checks. Here's the OOTD.
Right.
Get everyone's approval for your outfit.
Hey, I'm wearing whatever I'm wearing.
Period.
It's so ever since I turned like 18 and everything like that, they're now considering me an adult. Let's stop that right there.
Yeah. You take that back right now.
Like, we're what? So yeah, they try to put me in like adult group chats. Those are not active really, but they were like, Taylor, you need to bring something for Thanksgiving, or you need to participate in this Christmas event. I'm gonna
stay at the kids' table. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling them, because they're like, no.
I want my coloring book and my crayons, please.
Literally, like, don't include me, because right now they're like, oh, what are y'all gonna make? Myself. Bringing myself there, y'all should be happy with my presents. What the heck? Yeah. Making food for who?
I'm gonna make my stomach empty so I can enjoy the feast.
Literally.
That's what I'm gonna bring y'all.
What? Tyler says because I can't cook. No, it's because what am I cooking? Everything's being cooked. Like, they already put
Bring some spaghetti. It will take you 3 hours to prepare, but What? You can bring some spaghetti.
I mean, I was just thinking about that but I was thinking, is that a Thanksgiving meal?
Probably for Italians, which your family is. So I don't know why you're not going into the Italian route.
Do you have like any monumental moments that's happened during family events or like things that led up to a family event?
Like, what do you mean led up to a family event? Like a funeral? So it was some sickness in my family. So it was my aunt having Alzheimer's, and then her decline, and then her death is what led to that family event.
No,
I don't know. Like,
when I was saying that, I thought of we had a family reunion for my granny because apparently two people who were cousins didn't know that they were cousins because they never met, and they had a baby together, and so we had to have a family reunion because of it.
You said everyone's gonna know everyone, and this is not a singles mixer. No more matchmaking. Work. I don't think I've actually ever been to a family reunion. I think it's just been like, oh, this thing has brought us all together, and I guess we're here.
My dad's side have a family reunion every year. I don't go to it, but hey,
you don't want to be reunited with them. Fair.
Well, no, it's sometimes it's mainly because I don't know about it, or I'm not here, or I just don't want to go.
Period. I am thinking about like, okay, so going back into like trauma, specifically Christmas, we can talk about like what kind of like fueled the fire of like me not being connected with my dad's side of the family or unspecified side of the family for my dad's side of the family for quite a few years. I remember when I was like a teenager, so like younger teenage years, like I could not have been more than 14 because I want to say I probably stopped going when I like got into high school age. But so like middle school me, super confused about who I was in terms of like sexuality or whatever. Like I was an outcast. I was different. I didn't fit into the normal crowd, whatever. But so my cousins and then my dad's other kid, they had this like Three Musketeers thing going where they would be horribly mean to each other and like call each other names and like throw stuff at each other, and like boys will be boys, you know? But this specific Christmas, they decided that they were going to include me in that without asking me first. So it just became those three, like calling me names, throwing paper at me, shooting me with Nerf guns, and just like tormenting me for like a good hour and a half. And then it was just all my other family members sitting around and just like, oh, well, they're just... boys will be boys, you know, and just kind of excusing that behavior. And it wasn't until I left the room crying and like stormed out that like we ended up leaving, and then I didn't really talk to them after that. But now that like after my dad passed away, we went to like funeral and whatever, and I was talking about this event, and they're like, oh yeah, like the family members are like, oh yeah, they were treating you horribly and we just didn't do anything about it because that's how they always behave. So trauma, and that's the drama. And if this stirs anything up, it's your own fault. I'm just telling a true story, and if you didn't want it told, shouldn't have done it in the first place.
That's like what I don't know if Taylor Swift said this. Someone said this saying, I think it probably was Taylor Swift. If you don't want any bad songs written about you, then you probably shouldn't do bad things.
Yeah. If you don't want me to tell a bad story about you, you probably shouldn't have done the thing in the first place.
Yeah, like
because it's not necessarily a bad story. I'm telling a story about a bad interaction that I had with you, and maybe you should do some positive interactions to avoid that happening. Just a thought. Anyway, any like family trauma, that's not the name of the podcast, but it's like the gist.
I have drama, but well, the thing is, I don't really hang out with my dad's side because I don't really like them like that, which I don't know if that's new to them, but
we're not vibing. The vibes are off.
I don't know. With them, it feels so fake over there. Like not like fake, like saying like they're fake, but I'm just saying like them interacting with me, because they only interact with me if I see them or if I'm with my dad. So and that's like, I don't like that, and it just feels so off. Yeah. So I don't really associate myself with them really, and I feel like I think they should know that, and so I don't really like have trauma because I don't interact with them. I hate going over there. Not like nothing bad about them. It's just with them, it's like it feels so forced because I'm like, I don't want to do it, but then they make me do it, and it's like, yeah. I do not want to do this. Please leave me out. And I don't know. I guess it is trauma. Because it's like when I'm over there, it's just like a let's make fun of Taylor show. And it's like, thank you so much. Like, thank you. Like, I don't hear that from my friends every day. But
they said, oh, you're a quote unquote journalist. Oh, you're a quote unquote influencer. Like,
oh my God. Their main thing is me being gay. And their thing
that is a running life theme, yeah, I believe. I don't think it's a rumor. It's not them being mean. It's just them wanting to be accepting.
Well,
They're like, if you're gay, it's okay. Yeah.
No, so it's funny because they know it's not true, but they just like to just do it. And my cousin Michaela, she likes to amp it up because at the time she wasn't out, or maybe she didn't. I don't know. Michaela, and she
Michaela?
like. And she was like, well, one of us have to be gay, and you're the only one that we just think it is. And I'm like,
sounds like you're projecting, bestie.
Right. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Like, there's no way that there's all these cousins and not one of them is gay. So it has to be someone, but it's not me. And it's out to be her. So I remember there was this one time, what was going on? Oh, they were saying that I was gay. And my cousin Mia, she took my phone and texted Luz and was like, whatever I say yes. But I didn't know this. And everyone was listening. For some reason, mind you, no one was listening at this time, but everybody happened to listen. And I called Luz and I was like, Luz, am I gay? And then she was like, yeah. That room was the silence has ever
You said,
been.
let me call for proof. And Luz said, this is my time to shine. Absolutely.
I felt red. I was like, oh my God, no. But everyone knew it was a joke. Everybody knew it was a joke. Mia said it was a joke. I told her to say that. And then the only person that truly believed it, who I feel like believed it, was my cousin Tanisha. She was like, Taylor, it's okay if you are gay. Like,
it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed.
And I'm like, it's not. Like, thank you, but it's not real.
Like, glad to know you're so accepting, but you don't need to be.
Yeah, and so it's basically it's just with his side, it's just them making fun of me. It's either them talking about how skinny I am, or I don't know, something about my outfits, or just me as like a person. It's like, I don't like that. Or like them just making me do like they with them like kind of like off to the side because I don't know if they're talking about because I'm not there for certain family events because I just never invited. And so I don't know if they're talking about. And so I'm just off to the side. They're like, oh, you're so antisocial. And it's like, no,
I'm not antisocial. I'm anti-you.
like, I just don't know y'all are talking about. And for years, my dad used to get mad because I used to hang out on my mom's side more than his side. And I'm like, I don't know you guys. Like, y'all don't know me. I don't know you. And let's keep it that way. If we're like, it's been going on for years. Let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep that vibe.
Like, and sometimes I like hanging out with them. Like, they're cool, but it just, I don't know. There's a certain times where I'm like, I don't know. I guess to me, because I feel like I have been trying to reach out to them and try to like get close to them, but they don't do the same for me. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't care anymore because y'all are still not. So it's like, I don't care. So
when you're like constantly being the one to reach out to people, like even if it's not family, but like I've had friends like this where I'm the only one reaching out, and I'm like, if that happens, why would I continue to do it? I'm like, you have no interest in this. Like, I'll wait until you need something and then you can talk to me, which I guess I do the same thing to like people, but I'm like, you did it first, so it's not my fault. But I did think about it when you were talking about gay cousins of like, oh, one of us has to be gay. I did find out I'm not the only one. I'm not going to out them on this podcast, just in case anyone's listening. You can probably deduct who it is if you know the cousins, but I'm like, they did come to me and said like, so this is a weird question, but like, are you gay? I was like, yeah, some iteration. Or like, they asked me, they didn't even ask, they just said, what was your coming out journey? And I said, but we talked about it at length. And so I'm like, I'm not the only gay cousin anymore. And another one of you is probably queer. Y'all should figure that out.
But you know what's so funny is at the time she wasn't out yet. And so it was funny too, because like I was like, girl, you're making out your besties. And you're talking about me?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's her.
At the end of the day, she's the problem.
Yeah, with them, I do remember one time I did clash both sides of my family once, and that was a never again type of thing.
Fair,
Nothing bad. It's just one side is just a little bit more sounding wrong. One side, that's it.
Yeah, you said save yourself.
Well, no, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I don't know. It's like a thing where it's like, they get with games, they get like extra rowdy. So it's like,
yeah.
So with that is like with my side, yes, we get that way, but we don't get too bad.
Yeah.
So
like y'all are taking it too serious.
Yeah.
Like,
so
it's not that big a deal.
So like those two sides just can't combine. But still, like I like hanging out with them sometimes, but it's like, but yeah, with my mom's side, we I don't really have any drama. But a good drama is, I think this was It was 2 years ago. I think it was Thanksgiving, or was it for my uncle's birthday? It was some event or some holiday. We had a bunch of food. We had like a bunch of, my mom had 2 big pans of mac and cheese, and it was a big hit. Also, this goes back into my aunt Danielle being vegan. So my aunt, she brought in a vegan mac and cheese, and so we were debating on which one is better. Turns vegan mac and cheese is actually pretty good, but I like my real stuff. Now we're leaving, and I have my mom's car, and I saw that there was a pan of mac and cheese. I'm thinking no one's gonna eat this, and this is like a mac and cheese that like the restaurant just happened just to like magically just put in there. Like my mom didn't order that much, so I was like, "Here's no one's really gonna eat it." So I took it and I put it in the car, and then after that, it was a whole ruckus. Everybody's like, "Where's the mac and cheese? Where's the mac and cheese?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where this mac and cheese went. My uncle's like, I was just in the kitchen 2 minutes ago and it was here and now it's gone. Who took the mac and cheese? And I'm like, oh no, I don't know.
That's so weird. Where'd it go? Oh no.
And then my aunt was like, dang, I was about to take some mac and cheese home. Like, it was a full thing of mac and cheese. Like, who took the mac and cheese? So my aunt's also saying this. And at this point, I'm like, dang, was it the vegan mac and cheese? Because now it's too late for me to, like, magically bring it back inside the house.
They said, whoa, I just found it in the car.
Right. And so then I started realizing, and then I started using my brain. Oh, no. And then after that, so this is like a whole thing. Like, everyone's like, where is this mac and cheese? I was like, I don't know. I haven't seen Jordan for a while now. Maybe she took it in her room. Like, I haven't seen her for a minute.
Yeah, throw her under the bus.
Literally throwing everybody and their mom. And then Tyler just so happens to steal my Uncle Rashad's 7-layer salad. Oh. And apparently it was in like a little container just ready for him to just take home. But Tyler thought that someone was putting stuff in containers, and he took it. And so he took my uncle's 7-layer salad, and my uncle's like, who took my 7-layer salad? Like, I made that for me. Like, who took this big old thing of 7-layer salad? And we're like, so Tyler basically said there was a lot of left. But yeah, so basically
Tyler trying to defend himself.
Right.
Nah, bestie, you did your crime. You can pay for it.
And so at this time, now they're looking in cars to look for who stole this.
Ooh.
And I decided, me being smart, I put the mac and cheese under the tire. Like, not under the tire, but like inside the car, like just underneath like the tire. And then Tyler's like, I stole Uncle Rashad's mac and like 7-layer salad. And I'm like, okay. So we were parked in the garage, and I was like, okay, let's put it in this box that's empty. No one's gonna look inside this empty box. My aunt, she went looking through the car. She couldn't find it because I'm good at hiding the stuff.
Period.
And she was just like looking everywhere. I was like, you see, I even like, you checked the car and it clearly wasn't me. Like, I didn't take the cheese, like the stuff. And they're like, I know it's you, Taylor. Like, I just don't know how to prove that is you, but I know it's you. So this went on. I think it was Christmas, like Christmas Eve. Was it Christmas Eve? Yeah, this is like Christmas Eve. And so then the next day, my aunt texted in the group chat. She was like, Merry Christmas to everybody except for the people who stole the mac and cheese. And this was like a thing. This was going on for years. Like, who took the mac and cheese and the 7-layer salad?
Well, now they know.
Yeah, well, I showed them later on, like probably like recently, like it was us. Because the thing is, they knew that it was us, but they just couldn't prove that it was us.
Period.
And I later on just proved it. So it was like
you ratted yourself out.
it was just too funny. It was like that. What? That was like comedic gold right there. Like, who would have thought of that?
I just imagine you both getting that text of like, Merry Christmas except for the people that stole this stuff, and you're both just spoons full in your mouth and just like, oh my, like. And
I still find it funny. So yeah, I thought it was vegan cheese because the way that she was like really going in on this mac and cheese, and my mom was like, no, they were like, it was the real one. Like, it was the one that wasn't like vegan. And I was like, wow. Who is vegan really is going hard for something that's not vegan.
Interesting.
And apparently she's asking everybody to make meatballs.
Okay, what's your favorite meal as a vegetarian? I like meat. You know what? Carne asada. Yeah. Me, uh-huh.
So that was entertaining at the end of the day. That's our drama. That is now not drama because we all know who did it now.
Yeah. But it was still drama at the time.
It was. Hey, no one. Hey, I bet people are like being like. I was telling my aunt, like Nicole, she was like, you know what? At that point, you deserved it. If you hit it underneath the tire, you deserved it. And I was like,
Period.
and we ate really good after that. Best mac and cheese ever. I don't know. It tastes so much better when it's like,
Stolen? It's so much better when other people couldn't have it.
It's so good. Another family thing. Me and my brother Austin, we stole my aunt and grandma's Christmas tree.
Just like the whole tree?
Yeah, literally the whole tree. Like, I went over to the house and I was like, oh no, I went over to their house because I was supposed to watch my grandma. I was like, they have such a cool Christmas tree because it rotates. Like, it's like it rotates and like that's just so cool. And I told my dad and I was like, we should get the same exact one for the house. But it turns out like that was like a $500 tree or something or 200. I don't know. So my dad was like, yeah, no. Telling my brother about it, Austin, he was like, yeah, like this is like that's like a really cool Christmas tree. My dad was like, what if y'all just stole it? Like if y'all just like took it? And I was like, yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to pay for it, but you can have it.
And I was like, that would be a great idea. We just took it. And so I think probably the next day or the next week, me and my brother Austin, we went over there and we were like, yeah, we're going to take this tree. We're going to take it. And we took, but yeah, no. So yeah, it was so easy. It was unplugged at the time. It was like 3 separate little like parts to it. So we took off the first part. Got the second part, third part. Only thing we had to do was just squish it up together, put it in the back of the car, and then we drove off and we brought it up there. And my dad was like, "Y'all actually stole the Christmas tree?" And we were like, "Yeah, we waited till our aunt was like asleep, and we took it while she was asleep."
You pulled a little Grinch of like stealing you stole the Christmas tree. You said, "Grandma has no joy this holiday season. It's mine."
And so, yeah, then my dad, he didn't believe us. Like, he genuinely did not think that we actually took it. And then our aunt called him angry, was like, your kid stole our Christmas tree. And he was like, y'all stole it? Really? Like, y'all genuinely waited till she fell asleep and took it? I was like, yeah, we told you that. Like, you thought we were kidding?
Yeah, bestie, we were honest.
And they got mad, but we kept it. We still got it.
Sure. They didn't like make you return it. I love that.
We were supposed to, but I think we were just too scared because apparently she's like really, really mad, and we were like, oof, I want to be part of that.
Yikes. Was it not like decorated? They just had it up, but nothing on it?
There was nothing on it. It was like kind of like begging.
Honestly, like if they wanted it to stay there, they should have decorated it. That's their fault.
Yeah, I blame them. For Christmas, did your family members give you Christmas gift, like your uncles and aunts?
Yeah, before I stopped going, yeah, we would open Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve, because then we all had like places to be Christmas Day. So we'd open everything Christmas Eve. And when I was like a kid, I would get the most gifts. And I was like, oh, center of attention, me. And then like my dad's other kids started having kids. And then they were the center of attention. I was like, ugh. And then I think the last time I went, I got maybe 2 gifts. And that's such a slay, because I like brought people gifts, which I'm like, in hindsight, really shouldn't have done. Because I was like the kid where I was like, I want to bring my family gifts and I want to blah, 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 blah. And then it might have been the same year that I got like bullied out of Christmas. I brought everyone a gift, and I think I got like 1 or 2. I said, you know what? I'm done, because I brought you very thoughtful gifts. And then y'all said, no. Because I think I got a pillowcase and a book.
A pillowcase?
To be fair, it was handmade. But yeah, because everyone got a pillowcase. Oh, more drama or trauma. We used to have a tradition where my aunt would buy everyone tickets to a hockey game, and that was like the one time a year where we would see each other outside of the holidays. So we would all go to a random hockey game together. We'd pregame in the parking lot. They pregame. Was not old enough to do that. And then we go watch some people like fight and stuff. Great time. And then one year, they said, Carson, you don't really like sports, so we're going to invite you to this other thing instead, not give you the tickets. But then this other thing, instead of like letting you know, like planning it with you, we're just going to go without you.
Oh.
And so instead of being with the family for the hockey game, I was invited to this other, like, it was like a wine and paint night or whatever. And it was just like a painting class. And then I was like, oh yeah, let me know or whatever. I just gotta like, I'm free weekends, or like, just let me know when you're doing it. And then they did it without me, and like they just forgot about me. And then that was the last time I went to. It was just a combination of things, you know. The drama. And then, well, if we're talking about drama though, when I did see, I think it was for my dad's celebration of life. I imagine that was the last time I was at that house, or maybe it's 4th of July. I don't know. I got like real drunk. And when I get drunk, I get like no bullshit drunk where I'm just like, you know what? No, you're a bitch. Like, I don't care about you. You need to like, I'm like very blunt of like, I'm not saving your like feelings or whatever. But that got to a point of like, I'd like come out. It was after I came out as non-binary and I was like giving grace to people or whatever, or like trying to explain it or whatever. And just like, I was like, I will answer any question you have. I don't care. But like, you need to respect it. It's not on me to like educate you on everything. Like, you need to like want to figure this out and understand it. But that was one thing where I just got like, I got pissed drunk. And then I just started like, just going after people. I was like, okay, you can like understand blah, 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 but you can't understand this. Like, that's a you issue. That's not a me issue, which is like really what you need to like rewire your brain into thinking of like, my idea of merit. If you think that me getting married to whoever I want is infringing on your rights as a married person, you should look at that. You should look at your own feelings about marriage, because that's not my problem. That's not my issue. That's yours. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy. Couldn't be.
Anyway, trauma. I have so much trauma about the holidays. So this was a really great topic to bring up. It was my idea. So
I said let's just
like,
freestyle.
Yeah.
I could never get drunk around my family. That's crazy.
See, that's all I do around my family because it's the only way I can tolerate them.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I feel
I was also grieving, so I was drinking way too much alcohol.
No, I don't. Also, because I don't like drinking, so that too. I actually don't. I know that's very.
I feel like you get drunk way more often than I do. You're like, yeah, I'm going to the club and I'm gonna get blackout and not remember when I get home. But
well, no, that was at a Halloween party. But no, when I go out to clubs, I don't drink mainly because I am the designated driver 99% of the time. And so I have to be sober. And then also I have to be sober to watch out for Luz, because Luz is going to fight somebody. So I have to get my right mind. But yeah, no, I don't really drink. I don't hate it. I hate the taste. I think it's gross. But ever so often, I may get drunk and then it's over. Then as soon as I take like 2-3 shots, I can't say what else happens after that. But other than that, no, I don't really like drinking. But I do know. I don't know. I think I'll be too truthful. I don't think people are hearing that. Not to like everybody. Like, I don't have anything to like say to like people. But I mean, I don't know. I've never seen me drunk around family, and I don't want to do that. Don't want to see it. I don't want to see me drunk around friends. Which, I mean, not bad drunk. I'm just like, everyone's like, oh my God, Taylor, you're so lovey-dovey and like high-fiving, hugging everybody. And I don't think I'll be like that around my family.
I'm not like that way about anybody. I'm like, don't touch me. You can get a hug and that's about it. But also, if you do like 2, no, we're out.
No, well, it's mainly like my dad's side. I wouldn't want to get drunk around them. My mom's side, I think I'll be hugging.
You said party. I'm gonna steal all the mac and cheese in this joint. Did they just find you drunk, sitting in the back of your cart, just spoons full of mac and cheese?
Yeah, how can I be drunk and trying to steal food? You can't be drunk and stealing food. Like,
so you steal the food and then you get drunk. And then you could eat it.
Yep. But I'm going to have to find a new hiding place since they're going to know where to look at first.
Just look for an empty box. Hide it in someone else's car. So if like everyone's like, where's the mac and cheese? And it's like, it's Uncle Greg's car. It's right there. I see it. Just frame someone for your crimes. Yeah. Keep it lively. Take the Popeyes turkey and put it in someone's trunk.
I don't think I'll steal that Popeyes turkey. I think that Popeyes turkey can stay where it is.
You can you don't have to steal it. You can just misplace it just to create the drama.
Right. Put it in Jordan's room. Be like, Jordan, why is there some turkey in there?
I know you love Popeyes, but replace the turkey with the live one from the neighborhood.
Okay. No.
You said, this is Popeye. I think you ordered the wrong turkey.
Recently, well, no, it's not me. My family they found out their names in my phones, and they've been having a tuffle.
Are they like bad?
No, it's mainly my aunt's. My aunt has devil emojis, but that's because sometimes she's evil. But she knows that, I think. But no, she's really sweet though. I love my aunt Danielle. She's really nice. She's very sweet. I love her. She's like a second mom. She's cool, but she's evil sometimes. She has like 6 all over her birthday. I mean, like, they're not like 6 and 6 together, but like there's 6s in there.
Yeah.
Like,
she was born on May 6th in 66. Not for her.
Yeah, and she was born in June 26th on 19.
I love that I said May.
May.
I was born in June.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, it was actually 5666, so it wasn't all sixes. Yeah, I totally meant to do that actually. How dare you correct me? You should have just let me because as soon as you said it, I said, "Oh, yeah, you're right."
Your birth month.
Not my birth month.
Wait, what are you? What are you? A Gemini or?
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
But I like to say that I'm not a two-faced Gemini. I'm a brutally honest Gemini, where if I don't like you, I will say it to your face. Or I'll start a fight with you, just to see what'll happen.
A lot of people in my life are Geminis, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but I
Oh.
mean, I don't really know anything really about astrology, to be
Fair.
honest.
I'm a Virgo rising and a Virgo moon, so.
Only know about me. Only know about Scorpios. Other than that, I don't know
Alright.
anything else other than other Scorpios. Me, other Scorpios. Other signs. I'm not as good as Scorpios.
Yeah, period.
But yeah, no. But she wants me to change her name to like something else. But I was like, well, this is like at a period of time where all the names were emojis. But then I got confused because I was like, who the freak are these people? So then I had to change it up. And then I started giving people their real names. And now I'm giving people celebrity names. And my aunt was telling them, she was like, yeah, I have the devil emoji, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, what's my name? I was like, your name's Uncle Gary. Here's Nicole. Yours is like, and then like I was like, Jordan's Jor, because y'all spelled her name different, so I don't know how to spell that. So it's just Jor. Like, everyone has their own name.
You should replace it to either replace the devil emoji with either just like a pasta and like a cheese, or you can replace it with just every single like meat emoji just to show that she's
part of the Italian. She has a different dad.
Oh, well.
It's funny too because she's lighter than all of us, and so at one point in our lives we all called her white, and she hated that.
Just the white color dot. Just that.
Do you feel like you're the oddball out of your family? Like you're like the chosen one, I guess?
I think I'm the best. So yeah. I think everyone else is awful. So I am the best. I agree. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone feels like they're kind of different from their family. Or just like.
I feel like there's like that one person in the family where you're like, this one. This
one's going to be successful. Everyone else is going to hate their lives. I don't know. Yeah. There's like, I don't know. I guess I feel like I've always been an outcast. Maybe it's just my want to be different. Like, I'm not like other girls. I'm quirky. But yeah, you feel like different from your family. Because I also am like the only out member of my family. As far as like one other, I don't even think he's out. I think everyone just knows and they just like don't talk about it, which is a thing my family loves to do. Like, they love to like know about it.
Bestie Ben, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're best friends in a one bedroom, one bed apartment.
Yeah, they've been roommates for 20 years and they're each other's emergency contacts and they're like they share the same insurance, but like don't worry about it. Yeah. It's very much like that actually though. Like I've had full conversations where it was like we love and accept you, but don't tell anyone about this or don't expose the children to this. I'm like, I think y'all are doing way worse. Exposing them to way worse than I am, where I'm like, you can love anyone you want. And I don't know. But yeah, I'm the odd one out and I like it. I'm like, I love myself. So if you don't, that's a you problem.
I don't know. This whole thing of like keeping things behind closed doors is just so weird to me. Because then at some point it starts to feel normalized and then you don't realize the problem until like you finally like talk about it outside the door. And it's like, oh, you don't do that too? Like that's not normal? Like that's crazy. I don't know. Stuff like that just seems so weird to me. And like I don't know.
Or there's like such an obsession on like, oh, what do you do in the bedroom? Like why are you obsessed with who I'm sleeping with? Like,
well, that's something that should be
how does it involve y'all?
Yeah, I don't know. When people are like trying to like dig deeper into you, it's like, why do you care?
Like, why do you care about who I'm attracted to? Like, you trying to set me up? Because don't. Like,
yeah, like I don't know. Like there's like certain things where it's like I don't know. It's like I don't like there's like you know like how like with like I don't okay. I'm trying to figure out the words. So like say like there's something like going on with your family, but you're not allowed to like say it out loud because then like it's like inviting other people into our problems and blah, blah, blah. And it's like not really because like we're just talking about it. Like if you feel like that way, that's on you. But like I feel like those things are like what happens and then it just starts to get internalized and then it gets even worse and worse. Like say like you have like a creepy uncle and it's like that's creepy Dan. And it's like, why do we have a creepy Dan? Be so for real.
feel like we should address Creepy Dan before we just call him like
if you know you can't leave your kids at his house, let's like try to think about this. Let's talk about this. Like let's not keep this behind this closed door. We need to open this door wide open. Like, this is something we should like discuss. Because then if that happens, then now you got some internalized things, and then now you got people who are traumatized and blaming it for their trauma for later on in life. I mean,
because then it's like everyone knew situation, but nobody said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone knew that Aunt Linda was getting cheated on by Uncle David, but nobody said anything. And I'm like, what? Why not say anything? Why can y'all not address this? Like, what's the issue?
Yeah, like also my thing is like if like say like somebody did something bad to you, like not like nothing like too bad, but like something that like traumatized you, and then it's like you're not allowed to say that. Like say like a good example. I mean I'm not gonna use a real example, but like say like if like I guess this would be a good example. I mean real life example. Like say like oh my dad didn't see me, like they pick me up every weekend, and I'm like I didn't see my dad ever. And then it's like, you're not allowed to say that. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm not allowed to tell the truth.
Like, there's like certain things like that. Is like someone needs to like stand up and say this. It won't be me though, because I unfortunately have to interact with people in my life, so I have to. I guess that's also a thing too, because it's like, how can I tell you this without it being bad? Like, without it like interrupting our relationship, which I think it could be like relaxing, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how you would take it.
There goes back to the arc of the week. Why do we have to censor ourselves around family? Like,
right. Like
if you didn't want me to talk about you cheating on your wife at 15 years, you shouldn't have fucking let me find out.
Right. And then my thing is also, like with me, I feel like if it has nothing to do with me, I don't care. But if it has something to do with you, you should care. Someone's calling you out on it. Like someone has to do it. Like it doesn't like it won't affect me because it didn't. I guess it would happen to me, but it's like I didn't do anything bad. You did, and if you're mad about it, that's something you should probably think about. Like be so for real. Like another thing. Like my grandma, she doesn't want me to become famous because she's like, oh, they're gonna dig deep into your family history.
They don't care about you.
They don't. Yeah. First off, they don't care about you, and second off, why are they digging deep into my family? And whatever. If I find out that Billy Bob Joe is a serial killer,
Billy Bob Joe, yeah.
Like let's find out that Billy Bob Joe is a serial killer.
Billy Bob Joe's his serial killer name is Sloppy Joe because he got caught.
Like
just immediately caught.
I'm like, unless someone's a murderer, let it all out. Who cares? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what if like people find out about this? Well, did I do that or did they do that? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I just
if that gets out, that's on them, not on me.
You think because Billy Bob Joe killed 15 kids and 15 boys or girls, 15 women, you think that that's gonna fall on me? If it does, that's weird. But
I like how him killing women is worse than him killing children. You said boys? No, girls are worse. No, women are worse. Like, none of that was also men. Like, if he killed 15 men, I'm like, me too, bestie. But we draw the line. You can kill children. You can kill men. Do not kill women.
But yeah, no, like if that happens, like, why would that fall on me? That falls on them. That got nothing to do with me. And if someone magically wants to deep dive into my family, do it.
Period.
Cool. I want to learn more. And then I want a Netflix series that I'm in, and I get to talk about my uncle Billy Bob Joe.
Yeah.
And, like he was such a great man, but I guess he had a dark side to him. Like I'll be like, oh my god, me at the Netflix premiere. And then the interviewer's like, how do you feel that your uncle killed? Now that was really sad. But like, if you see me on that big screen.
Yeah. See, I do feel really bad for my condolences out to all the victims and their families. But I do want to let you know that you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, all at Taylor Wooley. I do post daily uploads. I post daily, like just like a full like press conference to be like, I am very sorry to hear about the losses that have occurred today. But I do want to remind you all that my podcast is coming out tomorrow, and the first 24 hours is really the most valuable time to listen. So, like, get the bag, you know?
Yeah, literally. Start promoting myself. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't care about that. Also, I do feel like I am the oddball out mainly because I just feel like I'm better than everybody.
Period. And saying that you're the best person in your family or just like better than everyone else, that's not narcissism. It's not selfishness. It's not being self-centered. No, it's being honest with your true self.
If no one else is going to say it, I might as well.
Yeah. Going back to, if you don't want me to say that I'm the best person in the family, maybe you should be better. Maybe I'll say it to you. I won't. but I could. Should we do Am I the Asshole?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so now it's time for Am I the Asshole?
Welcome to Am I the Asshole Corner. Well, you'll find out what we think about these. They're usually assholes. I feel like last week, I think both of the people we chose were assholes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it be sometimes. People are just awful.
Oh wait, do you want to do what we're thankful for first?
Yeah. Well, I feel like that goes more into. Do we want to? I don't know what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for me being a boss ass bitch,
Right.
and that's on period. Oh, Kurt.
Right.
I don't know. I'm thankful for how I've grown into a person that I like. Obviously, I'm still growing and changing and whatever, but I'm happy about the person that I've become and how comfortable I am in myself. Obviously, there's things that could be changing. I could be less concerned about what I wear to people that I think will have an adverse reaction to me wearing something that they wouldn't deem appropriate. But overall, I think my mental thought of myself is better than it once was. So that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for myself because I'm pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm thankful for me, myself, and I.
Wow, it's like you're piggybacking off what I'm thankful for. You get an original thought, if you could.
Thankful for my Twitter. Without you, I don't know where it would be. Thank you for all my concerts. Yeah.
It's also not called Twitter anymore, but.
Oh, X. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. Twitter, concerts, and yourself.
Real ones who are out there.
The real MVPs, everyone I forgot every single place you listed. San Jose, shout out to you. I'm thankful for y'all.
Thanks for all the people who listen to this podcast. Yeah. Give a round of applause. Yeah.
Just a round of applause for your taste. It's pretty great.
I feel like, you never find anybody better. Also, if you guys ever look at the video and notice I'm looking off to the side, it's because I'm reading the transcript. Because I've noticed that whenever I'm editing, I'm not looking, and it looks like I'm just looking somewhere else, or I'm just not listening, but I'm reading the transcript.
That do be, yeah. Well, because it's I can either look at you or I can look at my camera. And so it's just I can't do both.
Right. I promise you guys, I'm listening. I am entertained. I am listening. It's just the fact I'm just reading the transcript. So I don't know. I guess.
What did I just say? I need to know.
I guess it's my reading face.
You're just giving a.
Because sometimes I'll be looking back at the video and it's wow, I look like I don't listen to Carson. I don't care. But it's no, I'm listening.
Yeah, fully. Because I fully will be looking at myself. I'm wow, I don't look very interested in this conversation.
I'm listening. I'm hearing it. And I'm looking at I'm reading it. I don't know. I guess I think I just remember it a lot more, or it gets more in my head if I read it.
Yeah, because you need to remember what you just said.
Sometimes. What did I say 5 seconds ago?
Yeah, what I say just on a loop.
What were we just talking about?
Who knows? Okay, do you want to do first or do you want to do second?
Do you already have one?
Yeah.
You can go first.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she can stay home this Thanksgiving? This was posted a year ago. So I guess people aren't just posting about Thanksgiving yet. My wife is a grade A+ picky eater. It's bothersome to a certain degree, but on holidays, basically the shit show begins. She'd refuse to eat certain meals, and Mom would take it personally, which results in a series of arguments between them. As a compromise this year, my wife offered to bring her own food to Thanksgiving dinner. I was stunned. I asked if she thought this through, and she looked at me confused. I told her about how weird it'd be for her to bring her own food, especially when she wouldn't be sharing it with anyone else, and told her to think about how Mom will react. She'd get very offended and upset. My wife said that it's not her problem and that she was just trying to make it work by bringing her own meal. I told her again that Mom might not like nor even allow this. She blew it up at me asking if I want her to either eat food she doesn't like or go hungry. I suggested she give my mom's food a chance, but she said it wasn't about my mom's cooking. She just doesn't like certain foods. We had an argument and I ended up telling her that she could stay home this Thanksgiving and have whatever meal she likes. She got quiet, then lashed out on me, calling me insensitive and negative to say this to her. I repeatedly asked her to calm down, but she couldn't stop ranting about how I was basically willing to exclude her from a major event. She started cold shouldering me about it while at the same time guilting me, saying I'm treating her poorly after she offered me the perfect compromise. I guess, okay, I should read the update too. I just wanted to see if it changed anything. And so, update, my wife has decided to go spend Thanksgiving with her family, who, by the way, live hours. Oh, wait, it's all in caps. So this means unnecessary travel expenses instead, and basically ditch me for for a whole week. Y'all happy now? Though I agree, I appreciate some insightful comments on the situation. Some others, not so much, especially with those assumptions claiming that my wife has allergies. She does not. Y'all get that from? But anyway, y'all good now, I guess, though I'm not thrilled with her decision. I feel like she's doing it to spite me or get me to cave in. I've never seen someone say shawl like in she's all. I don't like S''ALL. I've never seen that. I just needed to comment on it because I don't feel comfortable with it. It makes sense, but I don't feel comfortable with it. Thoughts?
Wait,
Opinions?
so the wife makes her own food there because she doesn't like their food?
So that was the compromise she brought up. So she is a picky eater. She wasn't gonna like go and just say, oh, I'm not eating this, whatever. She said like, oh, like as a compromise to going to Thanksgiving, I can bring my own food that I know I'll like, and I'll just bring a plate of that, and then that's it. But he's essentially just like, that's rude and mom won't like this. He's not saying my mom, he's just saying mom, which is interesting. So thoughts, opinions, what would you do in the situation if your partner was saying, I want to bring my own food to this event that's all about food?
I feel like, I mean, I wonder how long they've been together, because then, like, wouldn't you try to get some food that she would probably be into?
Yeah, well, because it's like, yeah, I don't know, even if it's just like a thing of like talking to mom and saying like, hey, could you like incorporate this, and this into your menu so my wife can eat with the family? Like, that's simple enough rather than it being like well, you just need to try her cooking. You've never had it before or whatever. Like, I don't know. I get like the compromise. Like, I understand it. Like, you have food that you know you'll like and you don't want to go hungry, so you want to bring it. And I think there's other compromises that can be made rather than a just like, well, I guess you shouldn't go then. Like, I think that's the asshole move here of just like, well, like in the title, it literally says, am I the asshole for not invited, for like telling her she should just stay home. So in that regard, yes. Like,
so he's mad so he told her to stay home, but he's mad at her for going to her family's house?
Yeah. So he said maybe you shouldn't go to this one if you're going to critique whatever. So instead, she's going to her family's house, who lives hours away, and is going to leave him for the entire week. Girl, you brought this on yourself. You said she couldn't go to your family's Thanksgiving, so she's going to hers.
You're going to be alone for the entire week anyway, so might as well let her have her fun and go to her family's house. Also, why can't he go to her family's house?
Because apparently, well, it's unnecessary travel expenses, but I also think it's because he has like an unhealthy relationship with his mother. Just based on the fact that he said mom won't like that. I don't.
Wait, are they married?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Divorce.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that she should bring her own plate of food to their divorce hearing.
Because that's stupid.
I don't know. It's very like controlling. Like it's
that's something you should really deep dive into and try to figure out what's going on deeper. Because
it's also like assumptions he's making about like, well, mom will probably think this, or like, what if she's offended? Talk to her, see what she thinks. Maybe you bring up, hey, my wife she has some food preferences and whatever, and mom's like, okay, yeah, I can like add some stuff that she'll like or whatever. But feels like a little bit of a mama's boy situation where he wishes he could have married his mother and he couldn't do that. So now I don't know. I think he is the asshole in this situation though.
Yeah.
Especially just with like some of the ways it's worded of like thank you or like y'all made assumptions or whatever. Like, I don't think that immediately tells you that you're in the wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like divorce worthy thing because it's like first he won't try to like talk to his mom about how, hey, maybe you should make this, or maybe like switch off Thanksgivings, be like this Thanksgiving we spend with your mom, or this Thanksgiving you spend with my mom. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like compromise, do something that could equally benefit both of you guys.
Let her bring a plate of food. It's not that big a deal. He's mad that she's not sharing it with anyone. She can bring a thing, but like, are you bringing an entire feast that you're sharing with everyone? I don't think so.
Like, if you know that she's a picky eater and you know like all these things, also why didn't it's almost like if this has been going on for years, it's almost like your family should be used to this and like know what's going on.
Or like you should know well enough that like, oh, this event is gonna have food and I want to make sure that my wife is able to eat the food, so maybe I should look at it beforehand or think about it in advance. Just a thought though. I don't know.
Well, that's just.
But he is the asshole.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day. And I like how he was like, well, she's not allergic to anything. How do you know? Do we know this 1,000,000%?
Even if she's not, you can still not like something. I'm like, I'm not allergic to snails, but I don't want to eat them. So that's my prerogative.
I don't know. That just
Gives me the ick.
Yeah.
You know what my irk of the week is? Men.
Right. That's why it wouldn't be too bad if someone murdered Billy Bob Joe would have murdered 15 of them.
Yeah. I'm like, I think it was actually just one and it was an accident. So I don't know where all these, unless they're like teenagers, because that's different. Like if it's a Jeffrey Dahmer situation, no.
Right.
Just like random man. Or I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thing to say. Of like, you're a man, you deserve to die. No, maybe not.
I don't know. It depends on what their thing is.
What their crime is.
Yeah.
Their crime is being born a man.
Hey, automatic.
You're already docked about 10 points.
Okay. Mine is, am I the asshole for still going to family events even though it makes my siblings and their mom mad because I'm an affair baby? I'm the child of an affair between my dad and my mom. My dad stayed married to his wife and sees me at my grandparents' house every other weekend. I also do my summer visits at my grandparents' house, and my dad stays for the 2 months to spend time with me. My dad's wife and his kids, my older siblings, hate me and don't acknowledge me. I'm pretty mad about it, but I kind of get it now. My parents did a shitty thing, and while it's unfair, I'm getting punished for it. So I gave up on having a relationship with my siblings, and I gave up on having any financial extras from my dad after finding out his wife was preventing him from spending any extra money on me other than child support. Oh, that's sad. But my grandparents do love me and always invite me to family gatherings. When I go, it causes my dad's wife and my siblings to make a scene and leave. It honestly ruins the whole vibe, and I feel like I'm going just to spite them because I'm pissed off at the way being treated badly. My dad obviously feels upset by it, but to his credit, hasn't made me feel any unwelcome from him. Our city is at a stage 3, and I found out there's a family gathering happening in the park, and I'm thinking about going.
I'm gonna bet
What the
that's
heck is a stage 3?
Corona.
Oh, when was it? 2 years ago.
Well, stage 3 contagion, whatever.
That's a high stage, but it's fine. Anything higher than 1.
Yeah, anything higher than 0, y'all need to work it out.
I don't know. I feel bad for affair babies. They didn't ask for this.
Was that the end of it? Just work. Yeah, it makes sense of just like, okay, yeah, my parents like shouldn't have been together, but like I happened and like I'm a human being. So still my family, dog. Like, okay, so this am I the asshole situation? Am I the asshole for going to family events and then like having people have a reaction to me? No, you're not the asshole for being an affair baby. I don't.
Because like
you'd be the asshole if you were going to cause drama and be like, haha, your husband fucked my mom. Like that would be an asshole move.
I feel like this child,
But
this person is probably like in her 30s or 20s, and it's like at this point, let's get over it.
Yeah.
Your husband had a child. Who cares? Like I get it, like the first few years, like this, but
it's just a reminder. But I'm like, at a certain stage, you got to get over it. I do find it interesting that dad is spending 2 months at the grandparents' house during the summer.
Yeah.
I find that interesting.
Well,
but
it's to like really hang out with her.
Well, yeah, it makes sense, but I find it interesting. Maybe that's where it's stemming from. It's dad's reaction to it, and they just want to pretend that she doesn't exist.
Well, I think he probably goes there because she's not allowed at their house, at his house. She's only allowed at the grandparents' house, and that's the only time that he gets to spend time with her.
Maybe like that's part of the issue of like having it like separate like that, of like if it wasn't like, maybe say she was like brought over to the house and it was like, hey, yes, this person is from my affair, but y'all are still siblings, so we can just like ignore where they came from but still accept that like they're a person and you're related or whatever. I don't know, because like, is it the entire family or is it just these like the mom and siblings that are like,
this is the mom and siblings?
Get out of here.
Grandparents are cool with her.
Then they can leave. If they don't want her to show up, then like that's not on them.
Well, that's what she said. They left. Like whenever they see her, they make a scene and leave.
I think they're the assholes in this situation then. I don't think the poster is the asshole. I think like it's, you're wanting to be connected to your grandparents. They're inviting you to these events because they love you. And it's not your fault that your dad had an affair. It's his fault.
At some point, you just have to just accept it. At one point, being like, well, clearly she's part of the family and all these things.
She's not the asshole. The dad is the asshole. Go to the family events if you want to go to the family events. If you're being invited to them, go ahead.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about other people's reactions to you. That's not your problem. That's not your fault. Someone else's fault.
Well, guys, that was it for the trauma.
I think this is the longest we've talked thus far. So
yeah,
I think we had fun though. I think it was full of trauma, full of some drama, and that's on period. This was the Trauma Drama Podcast with Carson and Taylor. Taylor and Carson. 'Twas us. And thank you for listening. Shout out to all the homies in all the places. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family members. And if you're either of our family members watching this, or listening to this, no, you're not.
But yeah, thank you for coming.